Welcome to this edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidham, and I'm joined tonight by Big Phil Henderson. Phil, interesting night of fights on slate tonight. We've got the Ultimate Combat Training Center taking on all challengers. Who's on the card tonight?
Mike, we've got Leviticus. Levi Roberts is really intense. We've got Stevenson Keith. We've got Brody Cameron. He's a new guy, man. He's like my size, Mike. He's a big boy.
Good-looking kid. And in your main event, Oliver Bradstreet representing the Ultimate Combat tonight against a kid from Tucson, Arizona. They are really big on this kid down there. Micheal Barney, they say he doesn't have the most stellar record, but that's because he's a 135-pounder that always has to fight lightweight. Oliver Bradstreet has had the same problem. So finally, these guys are going to meet at their own weight class. You don't want to miss that main event, but we got a lot of stuff before that. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Ultimate Combat Experience starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight, get in the ring for the ultimate flight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight, get in the ring for the ultimate flight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight, get in the ring for the ultimate flight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight, get in the ring for the ultimate flight.
In your bantamweight division, there are a couple guys that I feel are very well matched. These guys in their past fights look very similar. Who are they?
It's a Stevenson Keith, Mike, and he's going up against Adam Chacon. And you're right, they both look very good. Haven't got the W's that they needed to, but they both look pretty tough.
No, I think they've both shown flashes of brilliance, and then their weaknesses seem to be very similar as well. I'm looking for a great matchup here. Bantamweight, no holds barred. Check it out. These two very evenly matched, and Stevenson Keith, a good wrestler. He's shown some pretty decent stuff in terms of jiu-jitsu as well, but his wrestling is what I think is his major strong point,
yeah,
besides
Mike,
those biceps.
He's only been training a little bit of time, though, Mike, so you never know what you're going to see out of this kid.
Absolutely not. 5'6", 135 pounds. He's a street fighter, an independent street fighter. Goes by the nickname of Quintessential.
That's a pretty long word for me, Mike, but Adam Chacon, he's the groundhog, Mike. This is a scrappy kid.
He is a good-looking kid. He fights that's kind of an appropriate nickname for him. He's a groundhog. He just kind of gets down and dirty and does his thing. 5'7", 136 pounds out of West Valley. As we mentioned, I think these guys are both just almost mirror images of one another in terms of their experience and their physicality as well.
Yeah, they are kind of about a similar type of fighter, Mike, but Quintessential, I think he's a little bit better at the striking.
See, and I was just going to say the opposite. I think that Adam Chacon is a little better at striking, perhaps, but Quintessential has shown that his wrestling is right there. He's getting pretty good, but just as soon as I say that, you see Adam Chacon with a nice single-leg takedown.
Well, we can always agree to disagree, Mike, but I think Chacon might get him down here, Mike. I don't know, though.
Well, you see right here that Quintessential doing a good job of defending. In fact, very nice job. Ends up getting, well, ultimately not quite a takedown. Looks like he almost had it, but he is pulling guard here nonetheless, Phil.
That was like a sit-through, a fireman's carry, and a whole bunch of other things there, Mike. But, yeah, he's got guard here now, and he's got Adam wrapped up.
This is where I'm seeing that Stevenson Keith is starting to come along, that his positioning on the ground is just getting better. I think when he first started, he had no idea what he was doing on the ground. Now you're starting to see some actual jiu-jitsu out of him. He's pulled guard here, and he's doing a pretty good job of defending here from underneath.
Well, he is an independent fighter, Mike. He does train at a gym. I'm not sure where Adam trains at, but I'd like to see both these guys get on with a team and get that team working behind them and for them.
Boy, you know, Phil, you bring up a great point. Guys that even if you don't feel like you need the training, just fighting for a team, fighting for a cause, if you will, really seems to make a big difference for these guys. And I encourage any of you to get involved with a team. If nothing else, get together in someone's garage and train together.
Well, it's just like high school, Mike. You know, it gives you a little bit of pride. No, whoa.
Well,
just as we're talking, Stevenson Keith has walked up on a triangle choke here, Mike.
Very nice work. He did set that up nicely, very patiently waiting, and as soon as he saw that Adam Chacon had kind of left a limb behind, he seized the opportunity to get up on top there, and it doesn't look like he's quite got his cinch on, but he's certainly working toward that means.
Well, Adam Chacon over there in his corner, and if anyone knows how to get triangle choke, it's his coach over there, the Sugarloaf.
Phil, we always picking on Sugarloaf.
I'm not picking on Sugarloaf, but he does know how to get choked, Mike.
Well, you see right here, the quintessential is putting that choke on. He's starting to tighten it up, and yeah, there's the tap. Adam Chacon going to tap out to triangle choke there. You know, look how nonchalantly Stevenson Keith stands up, just kind of walks back to his corner. It was like another day's work.
Is he being quintessential, Mike?
I don't know what it means, so I can't really answer you that, but I'll tell you this. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look that word up, and I'll get back to you.
Well, I don't know what it means either, Mike, but tonight it meant a big W. He did walk away with the win.
Yeah, it's a lot of letters there.
This post-fight interview brought to you by our good friends at Great Clips.
Go to ultimatecombat.com for participating locations.
What the hell happened out there?
Dude, the triangle got me. It's such a good move. Once it locks in, it's kind of hard to get out of it, you know, but
Don't get in it.
exactly, but it happens.
Once it's on, it's on. And I saw it coming a mile away. So you got in there, and there was no getting out.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking either posture up or just...
Or tap out.
or that, but I wasn't trying to think that, but it happened.
It happened. All right, so you didn't win tonight.
Yeah.
You gonna come back and do this again?
Of course I am.
You gonna stay out of the triangle next time?
Of course.
What are you gonna do differently next time?
Train harder at the triangle.
Perfect answers. This guy has rehearsed this speech apparently. Tonight you were good, but just not good enough. Come back and do it again, brother.
Thank you.
Whatever the vision, we can assist. Celerity Investments. Log on to investwithcelerity.com for more information.
Stevenson Keith, man, you keep impressing. You won by triangle first round. What were your thoughts on the fight, brother?
Well, I was looking to fight a little bit more, but he just gave me the triangle, so I took it.
Stevenson's a little under the weather if you can't hear him. He doesn't talk like this. What's your plans for your future, brother?
Just train harder and keep winning.
All right, Stevenson, I'm going to save your voice. Thanks for being part of the experience, brother. You keep improving like this, you're going big places, buddy.
All right, thanks. I'd like to thank everybody that came to watch me fight and everybody who just likes me.
Well, that was just a little bit of a disappointment for me because I really thought those two were very well matched, but that's the way it goes sometimes, man. You get caught in that triangle, and that's it.
Yeah, you're right, Mike, but I think Stevenson Keith probably didn't even know what a triangle was a month ago. Now he does, and he's using it. It's just shocking how much mixed martial arts has evolved here in the Ultimate Combat experience.
Absolutely. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. In your welterweight division, got a kid that was a little bit apprehensive about making his appearance in the cage tonight. Wasn't quite sure if he wanted to go once he saw his opponent. His opponent's a very intense individual. You can see how he'd be a little intimidating. Who is this guy?
It's Levi Roberts, Mike, and yeah, you're right. Dustin Baker kind of got a little pre-fight jitters when he saw him, kind of left the weigh-ins, but he's showing up to fight tonight, so I'm excited for this match.
I got to give him credit. He overcame the first battle. Let's see if he can overcome the second battle. Welterweight, no holds barred. Check it out. I'll tell you exactly what happened is that Levi Roberts showed up in his Raiders shirt there and scared the heck out of his opponent.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, one time I saw Levi Roberts at McDonald's, and I ran out and I only ordered one Big Mac.
For Phil to walk away with only one Big Mac, if you know Phil, he was one scared dude. Levi Roberts, 5'11", 165 pounds. He is Leviticus.
He is Leviticus, and this is Dustin Chef Baker, Mike. And yeah, he was a little timid in the weigh-ins, but you know, I got to give him credit. He's stepping in here in the cage.
No, he's back. He's 5'9", 170 pounds, and I had a little chat with him before the fight. We actually had found somebody to replace him. He says, no way, man. I'm going to beat this kid. I'm not just here to fight. I feel confident I can win this fight. I don't know what was wrong with me last night, but I've overcome it. Let's rock this thing out.
Well, and Levi Roberts is one that knows how to rock things out, Mike. So he's improved so much lately. And here we go.
Yeah, boy, and there Levi Roberts doing what Dustin Baker feared as he coming out and landed a couple pretty big shots early on. Dusty Baker trying to work the body, but you can just see Levi Roberts is way too strong for him.
Levi Roberts is one strong guy, you're right, Mike, and Baker's having a hard time trying to get him down there.
Well, I think his strategy here is he didn't want to stand and trade with him. He wanted to get him on the ground, but, you know, he's having a hard time doing that. Right now, he's in a little bit of trouble.
Well, you're always in trouble when you're in there with Leviticus. The guy's got so much heart, but, you know, sometimes his heart hasn't matched up to his ability, but he dropped him there, Mike.
He dropped him, and then I don't know what happened. I guess he wanted to get him back up on his feet so he can hit him some more. This fight really is as good as over. I don't see this one going much beyond this right here.
Oh, that was a hard shot, Mike. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, that was a steamroll right there. Levi Roberts really overpowered and outmanned Dusty Baker right there, and hope he's okay. It looks like he's making his way back to his corner just a little bit gingerly.
Well, I love to see the great sportsmanship there with Levi Roberts helping him up, Mike. That shows you what type of guy Levi is.
Levi's a good kid, and got one that maybe they shouldn't have been matched up, these two. Looks like Levi Roberts is ready to kind of take on new challenges.
Leviticus is ready to step up, Mike. That's what he's been saying, and by 2011, UFC champ.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by Pirate Motorsports, 2010 West, State Street in Pleasant Grove, Utah.
All right, Dustin Baker. Didn't go so well for you tonight, man. What happened out there?
Well, I guess I wasn't in as good shape as I thought I was, and he hits really hard.
Okay, it's a pretty simple answer. That guy hits hard, and it hurts, right?
Oh, yeah, it was effective.
All right, Dustin. You weren't so sure about this fight. Your biggest battle was actually getting here and doing it. You did it, though. What's next for you? What are you gonna do now?
Well, it's definitely motivation to get into better shape. Definitely some more cardio, because, yeah,
cardio doesn't stop punches, my friend, and you can run on that treadmill all day long, but you probably ought to do a little training.
Well, yeah, is
it my breath, brother? You keep stepping back. Get over here. All right, Dustin Baker, I'm gonna tell you, tonight you were good, just not good enough. Come back and do it again, man.
Oh, sure will.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by the United States Army. Be Army strong. Log on to GoArmy.com.
Levi, you keep improving, man. A quick stoppage tonight. What are your thoughts on the fight, buddy?
Oh, it's a good fight. He gave me his best shot, and I'm just glad to be here. So,
you're fighting like every week, Levi. What's next for you, buddy?
Another fight. Tougher guy. Just keep improving. Keep climbing that chain. Try and do big things. Give glory to God.
All right, you keep saying by 2011 you're going to be fighting in the UFC in the big show. Is that what's going to happen, Levi?
Amen. Better believe it. You know, I don't know how, but it'll happen. It'll happen.
All right, tell us a little bit about your Project 180, buddy.
Oh, Project 180 was it's a resource program for gang-involved youth out in West Valley, and you know, it's put on by ex-gang members for gang members, you know, to try and help them show them the realities of gang life and help them get out by people that have done it. So it's good. It ain't no snitch program. It's good to go. So if you got any questions, get a hold of me if you want to. I don't know. Or these guys.
You can check it out on our website, ultimatecombat.com. Get the information. Levi, you're improving in life. You're improving in the cage. Thanks for being part of the experience, brother.
Thank you.
My personal pick for the fight of the night, a couple welterweights coming out here. Both camps very confident in what's going to go down tonight. Who are these two?
We've got Gabe Francis going up against Brad McRae. We know a lot about Brad McRae. He's been improving a lot lately, Mike. The only thing I know about Gabe Francis, he's a redhead. Redheads are tough because they get picked on all the time.
Well, this is a tough redhead. We've seen him fight before, and he's been watching McRae on TV and said, man, I feel pretty confident about this. So welterweight no holds barred, check it out. Gabe Francis has told us that, you know, he's been training really hard, and in fact, the guys that he trained with say, man, you're not even going to believe the difference between the old Gabe Francis and the new Gabe Francis.
I haven't had a chance to see Gabe fight that much, Mike, but he's a tough customer from what I hear.
Well, he's 6 foot tall, 169 pounds. He's, I don't know, they call him an independent fighter, but I know he's training with the group up there in Ogden. Goes by the nickname of the Animal. This guy right here, McRae, though, has been showing us kind of animalistic traits lately. He's been beating people that, you know, we didn't think he was good enough to beat.
No, he has been, Mike, and he's 5'10", 165 pounds fighting out of Salt Lake, and he's not a street fighter anymore, Mike. He's come a long ways.
I don't know why they call him a street fighter anymore. He's definitely training with some people, and his fight game doesn't look like a street fighter anymore. He's certainly learned some different aspects of the game.
Well, you're right, Mike. It seems like you hear me say it every week. He's going to be the most improved fighter of the year.
Beautiful lateral drop there, puts Gabe Francis right on his back in the corner there up against the fence. Brad McRae wasting no time to exude his dominance here over Gabe Francis.
That was a nice little lateral drop there, Mike, and he's got Gabe Francis right where he wants him, right in his corner, and he's looking to pass guard now.
Oh, Gabe Francis looking for an arm lock, though, and didn't quite get it. Brad McRae able to pass guard. Now he's got his back.
Nice little scramble there by both those guys, but McRae's in the better position now, trying to sink in his hooks for a rear mount. Let's see if he can get, oh, looks like he's getting it done, Mike.
Oh, he's got it done. He didn't even need to sink those hooks in. Looks like Gabe Francis has a little handle on the back of his head he could just hold on to.
Yeah, well, you can't pull hair in the Ultimate Combat Experience, Mike, but Brad McRae looks like he's sealing the deal here with the choke.
He's not going to need to pull any hair. This thing's on tight. Gabe Francis is in a lot of trouble, and this thing is going down much, much more quickly than I expected. I thought these two would battle it out for 3 rounds. I know they were very well matched, but this is how it happens sometimes. You wind up in that spot, and it's just hard to get out of it.
Yeah, it is hard to get out of it, Mike. Just Brad McRae, he's a smooth customer now, Mike. He's the real deal, I think.
He even climbed the fence very smoothly. And he's over there kind of taunting Gabe Francis's crowd. That's all Gabe Francis fans over there. He was over there kind of chiding him on just a little bit. I don't know you want to do that. Those guys didn't look like they were very friendly about that.
I think McRae was just a little excited, Mike.
Log on to Crocs.com to check out all in their newest footwear apparel.
Gabe Francis got stopped in the first round by McRae, McRae. What were your thoughts on the fight, buddy?
I'm pretty upset. That sucks, but hands off to him. He had a good reel. Came on me hard, kicked my back good. He had it fair and square. I'll be back, though. I'm pretty pissed.
Well, man, you know, I think I'm saying this every week that Brad McRae just keeps improving and improving, so don't hang your head too low, okay, buddy? What's your thoughts for the future?
Oh, didn't get hurt that bad, so I just want to get in here as quick as possible because that really upsets me.
All right, Gabe, I hate to say this to you. Tonight you were good, but just not good enough. Thanks for being part of the experience.
Thank you.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by Skull Candy. For all the hottest gear for your MP3 player, log on to skullcandy.com.
Brad McRae feeling pretty good about that one as well. You should. That was a tough kid right there you just fought, and you look very impressive tonight. How do you feel?
I feel really good. The tougher the better, so bring it on.
Tell me a little bit about what went on there on your feet. Good exchanges. Looked like he might even have gotten a little better of the exchanges right there. You ended up ultimately getting the win. What was going on out there?
I was actually going to stand and strike with him. He kind of caught me with the right hand, I think it was. And it just instinct made me shoot, took him down to my corner. Somehow he rolled and it caught his back and went my way. So
sometimes things just fall your way, and that happened tonight. McRae, very good. Obviously, you got to capitalize on it, but great job tonight. Congratulations, man.
Thanks. I need to send a shout out to Sid's shop in West Valley. Yeah, so.
Yeah, you got to give a shout out to those guys, man. All right, McRae, you're a better fighter than an interview. Did you figure it out?
Yeah. Oh, I want to thank all the Ogden people for coming out too and watching. Appreciate it.
You're gonna get beat up on the way out of here. I'm not with you, man. You got a great win. Be careful on your way out.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
First of all, that Ogden group's a pretty cool group of guys, but you don't want to rub them too hard.
You don't want to make him an angry mob, Mike. We saw what happened when that happened last week.
Absolutely. Hey, take it all of that away, and McRae is just getting better. You mentioned it. He's getting tougher and tougher.
Every week he keeps improving. It seems like he's fighting about every week, Mike, and I think he's going to be the most improved fighter this year.
That's how you get tougher, by fighting every week, and we're seeing that with these guys that have been doing it. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. In your light heavyweight division, we got a guy that's been a staple at the UCE for the last 6-9 months as a member of the U.S. Army here. He's a recruiter. Finally, we recruited him into fighting. Who is this guy?
It's a Sergeant Ray Ward, Mike, from the U.S. Army. This is one tough guy, man, and he's stepping up. He's been defending our country. Now he's getting in the cage to mix it up.
Well, if you've been to the live event, you've seen him running these drill sergeant type moves, making some contestants from the audience come out and do push-ups and standing on your head push-ups just to win prizes here. Now we're going to see if it pays off for him. Who's he fighting?
He's fighting Travis the Main Vein Keenan, and Travis Keenan's a pretty tough customer, Mike.
He better be a tough customer with that kind of nickname. A light heavyweight in the holds bar. Check it out. I have really enjoyed getting to know this Sergeant Ward guy. He's a funny son of a gun, and training over there with the Army guys. He goes by the nickname of the Chosen. Is this kid amped up or what?
He is pumped up, Mike. I'm just glad he wasn't called the 51st Ward because he's coming out here to bang.
All right, 5'8", 205 pounds, the Chosen. And his ground and pound, is that really what his specialty is?
I think his specialty is the Army, Mike, but Travis the Main Vein Keenan, this is one tough kid, Mike.
No, last time we saw him, this kid really put on one heck of a show for us. Traded bombs with his opponent, 5'10", 185, and he's also an independent street fighter, but he's a pretty tough independent street fighter.
Mike, I gotta ask you, where's all this street fighting going on? Because I've been missing it lately.
I'm telling you, Phil, it goes on. It goes on. You got to read the police blotter in the newspaper. These guys get out and street fight.
Well, somewhere they're doing it, but we got him in the cage. Now, oh, Sergeant Ward rushing his opponent, Mike.
Looking to bull rush him, and wow, right here, he getting picked up and put on his back there. But man, that was kind of crazy. These guys who came out like a couple Rams wanting to butt heads.
Well, they came out like a couple Rams looking to butt heads, but Sergeant Ward got a guard in the air, which you don't see every day, Mike. And the Main Vein looks like he's getting choked.
I don't know that he's getting choked just yet. Well, maybe. That thing is starting to sink on, Phil. I thought that Travis Keenan was in a pretty good position for a moment there, and just kind of like a Balboa constrictor, Sergeant Ward starting to sneak this one on, and that's going to do it. Man, what's going on tonight, Phil?
Oh, man.
These fights are short.
They're short, but Sergeant Ward, that was a nice choke, Mike. He jumped up, pulled guard, got him in a guillotine. That was all she wrote.
Man, who is that wild-looking redhead that's working his corner?
I have
no
idea.
Wow, that's great. Well, Sergeant Ward, the Chosen, with a very hard-earned victory tonight.
Very fast-earned hard victory, Mike.
Yeah, and Carrot Top in the corner.
Pick up your Ultimate Combat Experience fightwear and other mixed martial arts apparel at Against the Fence in the Valley Fair Mall.
Mr. Vein, what happened out there, man?
I gotta learn how to hold a choke, I guess.
I thought a guy with the name Main Vein would know how to hold a choke.
Don't let this show anything, boss. It's a fluke.
You know, it's a fluke?
It's a fluke.
Should we restart it and do it again?
I'm game.
What do you guys think? Should we just restart this one, do over?
No, I'm all right.
Not so fluky all of a sudden. I had enough of that for the night, haven't you?
Yeah.
Time to go get yourself a beer and stop this fisticuffing, right?
That's what I've been waiting for all night.
All right, Mr. Keenan. Mr. Main Vein, I got to tell you were good tonight, but just not good enough. Go grab yourself a beer and have yourself a better night.
Hey, thank you, boss.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by the United States Army. Be Army strong. Log on to GoArmy.com.
Sergeant Ward, man, tonight you were Army strong, brother. How's it feel to have your first win in the Ultimate Combat Experience?
That was good. I wanted to go a little bit longer.
What are your thoughts on the fight? Did it go the way you wanted it to, or what'd you think?
Not really. I was trying to come out and throw a knee, but he caught me right when I was trying to throw it, so I just hooked his head.
Well, that's the thing about mixed martial arts. You might be trying to do one thing and something else comes in and you choked him out, got the W. What's the plans for you in the future?
We'll see what my boss lets me do. Other than that, I'll come back. They let me come back, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, Sergeant Ward, thanks for being part of the experience. Thanks for defending our country in the U.S. Army. Thanks a lot, buddy.
No, thanks.
Finally, Siler can come to the big boy shows. He's been dominating the underage cards for so long. He finally turned 21, and he's going to come and fight in the big boy show. Who's he fighting?
Mike, he's going up against Dan Barry. Steve Siler, he's finally 21. He's going to be fighting, I'm pretty sure, every week. But his first fight at 21, it's going to be a test. He's going up against Dan Barry.
Well, why not just bite off the head of the monster, man? He's fighting one of the top guys in the lightweight division. This is going to be a lot of fun. Lightweight in the host bar. Check it out. Both these guys right up there toward the top of my list of just favorite guys in this show. These guys are both just absolute warriors. You really can't define the Ultimate Combat experience without mentioning Slammin' Dan Barry. This kid has fought everyone. He's fought, he calls us every week looking for fights. Training up there with Mushin MMA. He's been around at a couple different gyms, 5'8", 140 pounds, but he is a warrior.
Yeah, he is a warrior, Mike, but he's going up against Super Steven Siler. He's 21 now. I can't wait to see what he does.
Well,
Mike.
This is a kid that would also be fighting each and every week if he was given the opportunity. Now, finally, he is given that opportunity. He's 5'10", 150 pounds up there in North Ogden. He's finally 21. We can get him in here and fight every week. And I'm looking to see him fight each and every week as the Ultimate Combat Experience continues to put these shows on. I know that Steve Siler is going to be a part of them.
Oh, he definitely will be, Mike. And Dan Barry, you're right. He'll fight anyone, anytime. 1 hour notice, Dan's there.
Well, right now, there's no notice, and it looked like, wow, Steve Siler putting some damage to Dan Barry to start things off. It looked like Dan Barry came bull charging, and Steve Siler just kind of stepped out of his way and let him charge on by. Right, oh, leg lock looking, maybe, what?
Wow, that kind of transitioned to leg locks there,
Good
Mike.
stuff.
I think Dan Barry whiffed on that first punch, and Siler caught him with a good shot there, but now they're kind of scrambling. This is what we're used to seeing from both these guys.
This is good stuff right there. Slamming Dan Barry earned his nickname by slamming people just like that. And remember when Dan used to fight, you never saw a fight go by without him slamming somebody on their head. He's back to old form.
I actually gave him that nickname, Mike.
Whoa, Phil. I didn't think you could spell slamming, let alone.
I spelled it wrong. It's got a couple M's in there, but he's on the rear mount here, and Siler looks like he's in a little bit of trouble.
Siler, well, no. Siler, well, now he is in trouble. Well, geez, man, these guys are really showing some good stuff. I'm seeing some great action, and it's hard to call when it's that fast, but Dan Barry looking for an arm lock, didn't quite get it, transitioned into some other things. Now maybe Dan Barry's in trouble.
I think Dan's in trouble, Mike. Siler must be made of rubber or something, Mike. He just bended and he's on a rear mount, and now this is some action.
This is good stuff, but the action come to a screeching halt here because Super Steve Siler looks like he's got a rear naked choke on, and I don't think Slammin' Dan's getting out. Nope, he certainly isn't. That's it.
Oh, that was a bad spot for Dan. He was right in front of Edward Morey, who's Siler's coach, and he was coaching him, and it was it. Choked out. Over.
Once that went on, that was not coming off. No doubt about it. That Steve Siler, man, he's looking tough, and I'm really excited to see about what the future holds for this kid. I hope we see a lot more of him than we have in the past now that he's a big boy and 21 can fight at the clubs.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of Siler, Mike. I don't think that's going to be a problem. This kid loves to fight.
Whatever the vision, we can assist. Celerity Investments. Log on to investwithcelerity.com for more information.
Slammin' Dan Barry, he got caught in a choke, man. What are your thoughts on the fight, buddy?
I think it was kind of my fault. I had his back, and I gave it up to try and go for an armbar. It was a stupid move on my part. I feel like I took his best knee and a solid punch, and he hits like a bitch, so we'll just fight again in a week. So.
All right, well, if you guys at home or here in the audience don't know who Steve Siler is, he just turned 21. He's not a tomato can. He's a tough kid. That's why you haven't seen him here. But Slammin' Dan Barry, you're a tough kid, too. What's your thoughts on the future? Where are you going from here, Dan?
I'd like to take a break and do just some training and get back. I got to focus my life back out and just sort some shit out and get in it, so just got too much going on, so.
Well, take your time doing that. It's taken me like 15 years of trying to sort my life out, and I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, Dan, I hate to tell you this, buddy. Tonight you were good, but not good enough. Thanks for being part of the experience.
Yeah, thanks.
This post-fight interview brought to you by our good friends at Great Clips.
Go to ultimatecombat.com for participating locations.
All right, Super Steve, anything you'd like to say in return?
I have nothing bad to say about Dan. He's a tough fighter. Just gave us back. I got the choke out.
That's the way it goes, man. And he had your back for a minute. You were able to defend it. That's just the way it goes, man.
Yeah, I didn't fight up to par. I think I could do a lot better, but got the win. W's a W.
A win is a win, and it was a minute and a half, and you got a big win. What's next for you? When are we going to see you again?
Just whenever. I'm finally 21, so I can fight whenever I want. Just bring on anyone tough. I don't care who they are.
There's lots of stuff you can do now whenever you want. Steve, congratulations. You're a big boy. Congratulations.
I want to thank Muay Academy. Without them, I would not be the fighter I am today. I want to thank my mom, my brother, everyone who came out to see me tonight. I want to also say we're affiliated with Team Link, and Cable Gonzaga is going to come down and do a seminar. I believe it's August 18th and 19th, or April 18th and 19th. Come out and go with Gabriel Gonzaga.
I got to tell you right now, I always got to give a lot of love to the guys that shout out to their mothers, because without them, we wouldn't be here. You're a great kid, man. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Steve Siler is going to make some noise in MMA. I'm just telling you that right now. He's going to make a lot of noise.
A lot of people have been dreading the day that he turned 21 because he'll probably be fighting every week and taking out half the state, Mike.
I really can't wait to see what's next for him. We got some more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. In your light heavyweight division, we got a kid that when we were at the weigh-ins, everybody was just scared to death of this guy, thinking, I hope that's not the guy I've got to fight. Coyote Brody Cameron, man, who is this guy?
Man, he's a solid kid coming out of the Ultimate Combat Training Center, Mike, and he's definitely been to the GNC and taking advantage of the supplement sales over there.
He's fighting a kid named Devin Driffell. Now, that's the first timer that feels pretty confident about his chances, because he's kind of a rough and tumble street kid.
Yeah, he is, Mike. He's from the Magna area, and he's a tough kid. You know, this should be a good fight, but Brody Cameron, he's been impressing people up at the UCTC, so let's see what happens.
All right, light heavyweight and holds bar, check it out. Once again, a couple of guys that really, you see the future of mixed martial arts in Utah. When you look at these guys are athletes. Remember when we used to just get the street fighter type kids out? Now you're getting the guys that played high school football, the guys that were the big guys in the weight room. And, this kid right here, Brody Cameron, he's looking like he could be very, very tough at this.
He's a thick kid, Mike. I want to point out for the record, I do bench press more than him, though.
Wow, that's very impressive, Phil. And Devin Driffell right here. I don't know how much he bench presses, but he says he can fight. And he says he can throw down. And he saw his opponent. He said, he's a pretty thick kid, but thick kids fall down just like anybody else.
Yeah, they definitely do, Mike. It doesn't matter how much you bench if you get punched right in the grill.
Well, this isn't a bench press contest. I guess we should point that out. And I think Dave Siler could outbench all of you.
Oh, that's because Dave's on those supplements, Mike.
Well, he does take those supplements in his morning coffee at Dolce Coffee. And you see right there that, man, that was a pretty good punch that just missed. Derek Driffell able to just duck underneath it.
It's kind of like two bulls in a china shot, Mike.
Without the china.
They're just going at it. Whoa, whoa, punch after punch there. It's nice action here.
Well, these guys are getting after it, no doubt about it. They're not standing around staring at each other as we see so oftentimes with the big guys. Right here, very nice takedown that was very well put together. He got that body lock and then ended up dumping and getting the takedown.
Yeah, what I liked about that, Mike, even though Brody is a huge muscled guy, he picked him up and he dropped him the right way. He didn't just throw him around. That was a good takedown.
Good takedown, but he wound up in the guard of Driffell, and now he's looking to pass, but not having much luck so far. There you go.
Oh, he's starting to work on the pass, Mike, and this kid has some jiu-jitsu experience, so we should see some good movement on the ground.
It's so often is the case when we see these big guys in their first fights, they get out here and they just try to muscle their way through, and it didn't look like Brody was doing that. He was actually very patiently looking for that guard pass. Now he's got full mount and throwing some pretty big shots.
I'm pretty impressed with Brody on the ground, Mike. He passed very well. He's in a full mount. He didn't exert too much energy getting there, and I think Driffell might be in a little bit of trouble.
And I think that's a key component there, that he didn't exert a lot of unnecessary energy. As these big guys, they make it into the second and third rounds. It gets so sloppy just because they blow too much energy in the first rounds, and that didn't happen here. And man, if he keeps this thing up, it's not going to go into a second or third round.
No, he's in a dominant position here on Driffell, and he's just raining down a couple shots and taking his time.
Driffell wisely pulling his opponent into as close as he can to avoid him being able to sit up and land those big shots. He's just kind of stalling things out. It looks right there that Brody was kind of hitting the back of the head, and Dave Siler said quick to tell him, that's illegal. You can't do that.
Yeah, he was hitting the top, sort of the back. I don't think he was being a dirty player there, Mike, but
I don't think he was a dirty player, but I think he was hitting the back of the head. And you want to keep in mind for those at home that if you do something that can permanently maim somebody, that is illegal in this sport now. That's what makes it a sport and not a fist fight.
Yeah, this is definitely a sport, Mike. Mixed martial arts has evolved so much. The Ultimate Combat experience has evolved so much. And Brody is in on an armbar here, and I don't think he knew what an armbar was a couple weeks ago.
He has an armbar on, and all the while looking to pound Driffell on the head while he was setting this thing up. You kick that leg over, now that's it right there.
Oh, that was a textbook ending to that armbar, not the setup, not the beginning, and he looked over to his corner, and he locked on the armbar pretty tight.
Not the beginning, not the middle, not at all, but the ending, you're absolutely right. As soon as he kicked that leg over, that was on tight, and the return of the wild man in the corner there.
I saw Carrot Top, Mike. I saw him.
He's coming back, man. He's making his presence here in the Ultimate Combat Experience. But Brody Cameron walking away with a big win. Hits big win, hopefully one out of very many for him. We'll see more of him hopefully in the future.
Pick up your Ultimate Combat Experience fightwear and other mixed martial arts apparel at Against the Fence in the Valley Fair Mall.
Brody, bro, I can't get my hands around you. You're a big dude, man. What are your thoughts on your first MMA fight? You're not an MMA virgin anymore, brother.
Oh, it was awesome. Can't wait to do it again.
You've been training up at the UCTC. There's some good things going on up there, obviously. Not the Sugarloaf, but everything else up there is going pretty good. What's your plans for the future, brother?
Just keep coming in, probably start training with the team. Just get more prepared.
Anyone you need to thank for this, man?
Just everybody that's helped me along the way. UCTC, Lauren, everybody.
All right, Brody. Hey, thanks for being part of the experience. Can't wait to see you back in the cage, man. You look good tonight.
Well, that's the way it goes. I really thought this was a better matchup than that, but man, is that Coyote Brody tough or what?
Yeah, Brody Cameron just kind of had his way with Devin Driffell, Mike. He just took him down, worked it a little bit, got the arm bar, and about popped his arm off. But I'm excited to see this kid fight in the future, though.
I think he really does have a future in this game. We've got a future. Don't go anywhere. It's your main event, folks, and what would an Ultimate Combat Experience show be without the menace, whether he be there in the stands menacing people or in the cage menacing people. Who's he menacing tonight, Bill?
He's going up against Micheal Barney. Micheal Barney's from Arizona. He's not from here locally, Mike. We haven't seen this kid fight. He's shredded, though. I mean, he's in better shape than Ollie from the looks of it, and Ollie might be in for a handful here.
He is a good-looking kid, and he says, you know, I've been fighting out of my weight class for so long. It's just exciting to fight somebody that's in my weight class. Let's see these little teeny tiny guys get after it for your main event. Check it out.
Started wrestling in high school, got an MMA after college, been training ever since.
I've been training up at the Muay Thai Institute and right here down in the UT Ultimate Combat Training Center. I've been working hard on pretty much everything, so a little all around.
Apex Training Center down in Tucson's former IFL gym. Got a bunch of good guys down there, so represent Tucson.
I don't know, just don't expect too much. I mean, I'm called the Menace for a reason. You know, I'm very, very sneaky.
I think it's going to be an all-out war. Be a good head-to-head match.
Boy, that was very interesting watching Oliver Bradstreet try to spell UC to 4 letters right in a row. It was a little overwhelming for him.
Well, that's why he condensed his name down to Ollie, Mike, instead of Oliver. He was spelling it wrong. Barely got out of 5th grade.
Well, he made it out of the 5th grade because he was the toughest guy there. Not the tallest guy, but the toughest. He's only 5'7", 150 pounds, and I don't know that he's even 5'7", maybe with that spiky hair.
Well, Micheal Malicious Smile Barney's coming out of the Arizona area, Mike, and this kid's supposed to be pretty tough. He's pretty ripped up.
You know, he's a pretty cool cat, too. Got a chance to chat with him a little bit last night. He says he doesn't have the most stellar record at 5'9", 145 pounds because he's always happened to fight 155-pounders. And kind of a problem that Oliver Bradstreet's familiar with. He doesn't like having to fight the bigger guys all the time, and so he's more than happy to fight a guy his own size and weight. So we finally got these two little guys lined up in a featherweight matchup, and as a main event, I'm always excited when we bring the guys in from out of town because we've never seen them before.
Yeah, we haven't, but we've seen a lot of Ollie, so we know what he brings to the table. Let's see what this Barney kid brings to the table. And Ollie in on a nice single leg.
Oliver Bradstreet throws the ugliest kick in the book. He uses it to set up a takedown, and he does it to perfection. He does it as good as anybody I've ever seen, as well as anybody's ever seen, but it's so ugly to watch. It hurts my eyes.
Yeah, but well, like what you said, Mike, he sets it up for the takedown. I don't think he set it up for style points on the kick. And Ollie was on the mount and he got reversed, but now he's got a head and arm choke.
Looking for a shoulder choke there. You know, Oliver Bradstreet is really expanding his game, man. He didn't know any of this stuff just a very short time ago. It looked like he was in a very good position. Barney doing a great job of reversing, but Oliver happy to return the favor.
Oh, that was a scramble there, Mike. And Ollie's, pounding down Mr. Barney.
Wow, Oliver Bradstreet really starting to show that he's the man in this fight. There's no doubt about it. He's stronger than Barney, and now that he's settled in and starting to relax a little bit, look at the big knees he's throwing to the body.
Oh, those are drilling in there, Mike. You know, you can hear those popping in right on the side and the lats and in the rib area.
Well, Barney wisely trying to pull guard here to cover up that side section of his so he doesn't continue to eat those knees. But wow, look how he's winding those up, and that's got to take a toll.
Wow, Ollie must have got a magazine or DVD and learned some ground and pound, Mike, because that's pretty neat.
Well, he says he's been training up there at the Muay Thai Institute. I know they've got a really good Jiu Jitsu instructor up there, and you know they're going over that kind of stuff. Oliver Bradstreet really expanding his game considerably.
He definitely is, Mike, and he's got Barney in a bad situation here. He's on the rear. He doesn't have a rear mount, but he's on the rear position, and let's see if he goes for the choke or just keeps pounding him down.
He's pounding away, and Barney's not going to be able to take too many more of those. I can tell you, he landed 3 or 4 of those just solid. Now he's pinning the arm down and looking for, well, he pretended like he was looking for a submission, and then he started pounding again. I think Barney was tapping there. He said, you know, I've had enough of this beating. I want to go back to Tucson.
I really think Ollie Bradstreet hurt him with those knees to the body, Mike.
Yeah, those were a little hard to take, and Oliver Bradstreet really a dominant performance here against a kid that was reputed to be very good on the ground, a kid that was said to be of Oliver's ilk in terms of abilities, and Ollie just shows he's another level. He's light years ahead of the opposition.
Oh, Mike, when he got on the side, that was all she wrote. He started dropping knees, and he punished him.
He continued to punish knees, elbows, fists, and Oliver Bradstreet. He is the menace, and was menacing once again tonight.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by Skull Candy. For all the hottest gear for your MP3 player, log on to skullcandy.com.
Michael Barney, talk to me, man. What happened?
My first UCE event. Wasn't really expecting the knees on the ground. Guess I got to gear up for that. I wasn't ready.
They don't allow that in with the other shows you fought in?
Nah, this is my first fight with knees on the ground.
Well, those can be pretty debilitating. I mean, not having known that, that's kind of a big deal. Did it take the wind out of you? What happened?
He just caught me with a good elbow and a knee. I just got caught. I give it up to good fighter, good wrestler.
He's a jerk, though, I'll tell you that.
That doesn't mean he's not a good fighter, though.
Okay. All right. Well, I got to tell you, it's been a pleasure having you come up here. I appreciate you coming up. There's a little tagline we say to folks that don't win around here. You were good, but just not good enough. Come back and do it again, man.
Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by Pirate Motorsports, 2010 West, State Street in Pleasant Grove, Utah.
Ollie Bradstreet, another impressive performance. What were your thoughts on the fight, brother?
Good kid. I don't think anybody's quite prepared for me right now. I got the mental attitude to kill anyone. Bring it on.
Anyone left around here you still want to fight, Ollie, or what's your plans?
I'm going to fight as much as I can. If anybody wants to make it down to 145, I feel a lot more comfortable here than I ever did at 155, so I actually feel healthy, and bring it on. Like I said, let's do it.
All right, well, Ollie, what are your plans for the future? I heard you might be moving to Vegas or mixing it up. What's going on, brother?
I'd like to move into bigger shows and train harder and just beat some bigger people, see where I can go with it.
All right, well, Ollie, man, I don't know if anyone can take you around here. We brought that kid in from Arizona, and you just kind of ran through him. I got a Skull Candy headphone package there for you for being the main event fighter. Anyone you want to thank, Ollie?
I'd like to thank my friends and family, everybody I train with at the Ultimate Combat Center, Fusion Academy, Tough Country, Easy Ride Suspension, ProfessionalArtistGroup.com, and everybody else who helps me. Joe's Diesels, too. They're awesome. Thanks, everybody.
All right, Ollie, well, thanks for being part of the experience.
Right.
Ollie is just getting better and better and better every time we see him. I just don't know what next to expect out of this kid.
No, I don't either, Mike. I mean, Ollie Bradstreet, he's training, he's looking good. I think he's scaring people out of the show, to be honest with you, and I don't know if anyone's going to be able to beat him.
I don't see any of the locals at his weight beating him, that's for sure. Oliver Bradstreet certainly going to be a staple for a long, long time. Not a great night of fights in terms of longevity. There were action-packed, short fights, but, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, if you like to knock out and the tap out, this was your night to come to the Ultimate Combat experience because it was quick and it wasn't painless, but it was quick.
Quick and a little bit painful. We got more of this fun, exciting action next week. Make sure and tune in for that. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience. We'll see you next week.